Blake Lively was spotted this weekend in her happy place, which apparently is also when she grabs her co-stars without permission.
Something about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds always seemed a little too perfect, didn't it? They showed up at red carpet events with coordinated outfits, posted playful jabs at each other on social media, and built what looked like a dreamy, unstoppable brand. But is there more beneath the glossy Instagram photos? Recent rumors have unearthed a tangled story of scandal, hypocrisy, and PR manipulation. From questionable grabs on co-stars to hush-hush lawsuits, the beloved It couple may be far less angelic than we once believed. Buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the messy world of Blake Lively's controversies, Ryan Reynolds' alleged meltdown, and every sizzling detail that's got Hollywood buzzing. When we think of scandals involving physical boundaries, typically we imagine male celebrities crossing lines. But in the director's commentary for the film A Simple Favor, Blake Lively casually dropped a bombshell. She grabbed co-star Henry Golding right in his most personal area, really hard, as she said, and then laughed it off like some cheeky anecdote. If a male actor boasted about grabbing a female co-star in a similar fashion, can you imagine the outrage? In the clip, Blake jokes about going for it during filming, while Henry Golding looks visibly uncomfortable. The world quickly asked, where was the intimacy coordinator? Did he give her permission? Or did she just do it? Because we all know the reaction would be drastically different if the roles were reversed. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. In the bizarre controversies swirling around the star, the nut grab conversation was done so nonchalantly that it almost felt like a comedic routine. Yet the implicit double standard, the fact that Blake got off scot-free for something that might have destroyed a male actor's career, left a sour taste in many viewers' mouths. It signaled a shift in how the public viewed Blake Lively. No longer a harmless, bright-eyed actress, but a celebrity who seemingly felt entitled to cross boundaries as she pleased. But little did anyone know that this public cringe moment was just the beginning of an even more bizarre journey. If you think the nut grab was uncomfortable, wait until you hear about the next scandal on Blake's resume. A few years back, she ran a lifestyle brand that attempted to fuse cutesy domesticity with grand historical themes. The biggest misfire? A Black History Month blueberry muffin kit, complete with a hefty price tag and a tone-deaf marketing pitch that romanticized a painful era in American history. Critics pounced instantly, pointing out how bizarre it was for a privileged actress to sell slavery-era nostalgia in the form of baked goods. As if that weren't enough to raise eyebrows. There was also the infamous boob cake fiasco. Blake made a boob-shaped cake for her 1-year-old child's birthday. Yes, you read that correctly. And flaunted it on social media. The logic was mind-boggling. Why would a baby who can't even speak yet want a boob cake? And more importantly, what statement did Blake think she was making by sharing it with the world? While these kitchen conundrums might sound like small-scale gossip, they reveal a pattern. Blake Lively seems prone to overshadowing her own wholesome brand by making jarring, attention-grabbing choices. 1 minute, she's baking boob cakes. The next, she's referencing an era of deep historical trauma in a flippant, cute way. It's the kind of contradiction that starts to whittle away at her sweet, squeaky clean image. Of course, these sugar-coated controversies would be nothing compared to the explosive accusations waiting in the wings. Now we arrive at the rumor that set Hollywood abuzz. Blake Lively allegedly caught some serious feelings for her co-star Justin Baldoni during filming. According to the rumblings, it went well beyond harmless flirting on set. Blake was all smiles and giggles around Baldoni, so much so that crew members couldn't help but notice. The rumored emotional bond began to look suspiciously intimate, crossing that fine line between on-screen chemistry and off-screen connection. Here's where the story gets really twisted. Blake would later turn around and label Justin inappropriate, suggesting that he crossed her boundaries or made her feel uncomfortable. Yet the same sources who hinted at their emotional closeness also mentioned that Blake personally invited Baldoni over to her penthouse. Not only that, but she apparently let him hold her baby. Would a new mother, supposedly terrified of an ERA actor's behavior, invite him into her private living space, let alone hand him her child? Critics of Lively's narrative pounced on this contradiction. If she truly felt threatened, why welcome Baldoni into her personal sanctuary? It seemed more plausible that she was mixing business with pleasure, and when the sparks turned into a scandal, she flipped the script, claiming harassment to safeguard her own reputation. What's more, Some witnesses claimed that this pattern, Blake hooking up with or developing attachments to co-stars, goes all the way back to her days on Gossip Girl with Penn Badgley and The Town with Ben Affleck. But while the media pointed fingers at Blake, it was Ryan Reynolds who delivered the real shock. When rumors swirled that Blake was growing a little too close to Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds reportedly lost it. The public image of the wisecracking, lovable husband was overshadowed by alleged meltdown after meltdown. He told close friends he'd burn down his entire house if that's what it took to protect his brand. If you're suddenly picturing Ryan morphing from comedic superhero into a controlling figure, you're not alone. According to Chatter, Ryan began pushing for legal strategies. Some say he was the real engine behind the lawsuit that Blake filed, the one pointing fingers at Justin. This wasn't about justice or emotional healing, skeptics claim. It was about stomping out any challenge to Ryan's pristine family man persona. And it wasn't just Baldoni who felt the heat. Media insiders alleged that Ryan's PR team orchestrated a rushed article in a major publication, painting Baldoni as a predator without giving him adequate time to respond. All these maneuvers looked less like a loving husband protecting his wife and more like an image-obsessed star willing to scorch the earth to keep up appearances. When faced with the possibility that he might not be the center of his wife's world, Ryan shifted from hilarious Deadpool star to a legal warrior, filing gag orders and fueling drama. And that's precisely where Candace Owens steps in, swinging a verbal sledgehammer at both Blake and Ryan. Candace Owens, never one to mince words, turned her focus on the lively Reynolds fiasco. She called Ryan a narcissist obsessed with controlling not just the narrative, but also Blake herself. Meanwhile, she labeled Blake as a manipulator who was far from the innocent victim she claimed to be. In Owens' view, the actress was using motherhood, lawsuits, and contradictory claims to dodge accountability. Invite a man to your penthouse and let him cradle your baby, then sue him for making a remark about your self-tanner. Owens, and many watchers, found that storyline ludicrous, but Owens didn't stop there. She brought up receipts, commentary, clips, photos, statements from unnamed crew members, all of which painted a picture of a relationship built on smoke and mirrors. Blake and Ryan portrayed themselves as the ideal family, while behind closed doors, they apparently orchestrated bizarre brand deals, questionable PR stunts, and strategic lawsuits. The commentary turned scathing when Owens likened Blake to an Amber Heard 2.0, referencing how some celebs manipulate public perception by switching between victimhood and aggression based on what best serves their careers. It was a damning comparison, and one that stuck in the minds of fans who'd witnessed Blake's revolving door approach to controversies, shifting from comedic arrogance to tearful victim at the drop of a hat. But if you think that's the wildest accusation in this messy saga, wait until you hear about Ryan's alleged secret soft spot for another man entirely. Ask any longtime observer and they'll tell you. Ryan Reynolds has a chemistry with Hugh Jackman that overshadows just about every other relationship in his orbit. They banter, they flirt, they share cringy jokes that often toe the line between bromance and flat-out romantic interest. Some fans even believe Blake was basically a beard, meaning she might have been part of a PR arrangement to keep Ryan's real emotional leanings under wraps. Look at the interviews. Ryan gushes about Hugh Jackman like a man smitten. He calls Hugh the best part of his career, a friend he can truly open up to. Compare that to the lukewarm lines he throws Blake's way, often comedic jabs or references to her being an annoyance. There's a stark difference in how he expresses affection. While there's no solid proof that Ryan is hiding some deeper truth, these rumors grow louder every time Ryan and Hugh post yet another teasing video or share an intimate joke on social media. If indeed Blake was in on this arrangement, the cracks are starting to show. Maybe her rumored fling with Justin Baldoni was a desperate escape from a PR-manufactured marriage. Maybe Ryan's meltdown is fueled by the fear of deeper secrets coming to light. Whatever the case, fans now question whether the relationship they've admired for so long was authentic love or a well-orchestrated Hollywood illusion, one that's blowing up in real time. And while both parties scramble to keep this decaying facade upright, more details trickle out, exposing a carefully curated brand built on shaky foundations. Hollywood loves a good power couple, and for a while, Blake and Ryan served it up perfectly. 4 kids, witty social media banter, cameo appearances in each other's interviews, and a general vibe of idyllic partnership. Their fans lapped it up. But illusions can't last forever, especially not in the age of instant internet backlash. She claims she can't leave the house due to crippling fear, anxiety, and trauma. Yet she happily waltzes into a Connecticut bakery for a PR shoot. All smiles. He cultivates the image of the comedic, doting family man. Yet when threatened, he allegedly goes scorched earth, launching lawsuits and controlling the press. They banter like a loving couple on social media, but inside sources describe a household dominated by tension, jealousy, and drama reminiscent of high-stakes theater. It's the perfect meltdown formula. Two massive egos, bound by shared illusions, now locked in a game of cat and mouse to see who emerges unscathed. The tabloids spin the story daily, revealing new layers of deception and resentment. Fans who once rooted for the cute couple from those talk show appearances are now questioning whether they ever knew these two at all. And so, we come to the final question. Was any of it real? Or did we all just want to believe in a modern-day fairy tale that never existed? Despite the swirling rumors, one truth stands out. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds spent years meticulously building their public image. Whether it was cameo stunts or Instagram birthday roasts, they knew exactly how to keep fans entertained and invested. Now, under the glare of lawsuits, behind-the-scenes commentary leaks, and contradictory public appearances, their carefully constructed facade is showing signs of collapse. Perhaps the real takeaway is a sobering reminder that even the most perfect Hollywood marriage can be a performance. From alleged emotional entanglements to contradictory statements about trauma, the pair have provided endless fodder for speculation. Did Blake sensationalize her experiences to maintain her moral high ground? Did Ryan push legal battles and press manipulation to guard his image rather than seek genuine resolution? Have both of them been playing roles in a script that's finally gone off the rails? We may never know the full truth. Hollywood is nothing if not skilled at damage control. But the next time you see a seemingly flawless couple flashing their smiles and trading adorable banter on social media, pause for a moment. Remember that the cameras only show what celebrities want you to see. Behind every curated Instagram post could be a storm of hidden agendas, lawsuits, and contradictory motives. At the end of the day, the Reynolds-Lively saga isn't just one scandal. It's a cautionary tale about how easily public figures can sell a fantasy. And while fans may feel betrayed by these latest revelations, there's no denying it's a fascinating, twisted spectacle. The real question is, when all the illusions have finally burned away, who will be left standing in the embers of this once picture-perfect marriage? And that's the story so far. One part scandal, one part bizarre contradictions, and a double helping of alleged hypocrisy. Whether you loved or hated them before, it's clear that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have left the realm of a dreamy rom-com and entered a real-life drama that might rival any Hollywood script. Who knows what bombshell revelation will drop next? One thing's for sure, the drama isn't over yet.